Back when I decorated my room for Christmas, I set a couple books that kind of gave the winter Christmas vibe on my TBR cart under my tree. So that is what we are going to be reading from in today's video, reading my winter/Christmas TBR. This is the life. Hi guys, and welcome to the first Christmas winter reading vlog. So starting this off, I am in the middle of two wintry books. The first one being Good Spirits by B.K. Borison. I just started this today and we'll get more into it. And then the second one being the second book in the Assistant to the Villain series. I am like 20% through and so far I am loving it. I don't want to say too much, but it is basically the sequel to this book. You are following Evie and the villain, and she has to work for him and be his assistant. There is like a little mystery plot going on, and the second book just continues from here, but it seems like it's going to get more plot heavy, so excited about that. I am 20% through it and I'm really liking it so far, and I really enjoyed the beginning of this book because we got a couple additional POVs from some side characters that we met in the first book, and I really enjoyed that because I've grown to just love them so much. So I'm curious if they're going to get perspectives throughout the rest of the book, because normally it's just Evie's perspective and then the villain's perspective, so I have no clue, but I'm excited. And it doesn't let me look because like when I click on the chapters on here, it just says the numbers, it doesn't say like the name, so it's a complete mystery. I'm excited to keep going with this, but I think I might set it down for a bit because I'm kind of in the mood to read this since I have now decorated for Christmas. So this book is following Harriet, and it's kind of like think like Ashley Poston. It is very reminiscent of one of her books because he is the ghost of Christmas past. So he basically appears one day in her home and is like, hey, I'm here to help you work through some things in the past, some bad decisions you've made. And she's like, bro, you just broke into my house, like you're not a ghost, you're not real, whatever. So they beef at first because obviously she doesn't believe that ghosts are real. So I'm assuming, I'm only 40 pages in, but right now they met again, and I'm really liking it because he's a ghost, but other people can see him. He can eat, he can sleep, he can drink. He's not transparent, so it feels very real, whereas in the Dead Romantics, the ghost in that like couldn't sleep or anything, and also other people couldn't see it. But I really like how it's just like he's like a real person in this, you know. Excited about this, excited to keep going. Also, she has taken over her aunt's antique store, and I'm loving those vibes of being in the antique store because that's just, it's something I love. So I will come back with more updates. I feel like I've read a lot of Christmas books like this. I can think of Christmas Eve Love Story, maybe a couple other ones too, that they just always make you reevaluate your life. Like in this one, she has to go back with the ghost of Christmas past. What's his name? Dylan? Nolan. And see some of her memories and kind of interpret what they mean and how, you know, why she has a ghost of Christmas past literally trying to tell her to change something in her life. That's interesting, and she just has a lot of family issues that we still have to unpack. So interested to learn about those because we've just been getting like little hints about her family. Like her mom has this like big gala every year and it's very formal, and she just like tells her what to wear and everything. So let's keep going. Yesterday I was able to make it to page 100, which that was my goal, and I love how in this book the chapter ended on page 100. That's just really nice. I did listen to it for a bit, and I did enjoy the audiobook because the man in this, I think he's, oh, where is he from? He might be Irish? I can't remember. I cannot remember. So there is an accent in this, so if you like that, maybe listen to it. I about half listened, half physically read this, and it's going fine. I'm not like super invested or hooked in the characters yet, but I do hope I get to that point. This is low-key kind of a longer romance. I think it's like 380 pages. Hoping to read a little bit more today, but we'll see. Nobody had ever done that, had ever tried to lighten things for her. Hi guys, I just had dinner. I had Culver's, so I got myself Culver's because I deserve it. Before I left though, I finished my Toothless Legos and I listened to honestly a huge chunk of this book. I feel like maybe even like 20-ish% while I was doing it. The Lego set was just so fun to build. I loved it. And I loved how it turns out because How to Train Your Dragon is one of my favorite movies ever. So when I tell you this is gonna be a 5-star, I really mean it. I am absolutely obsessed. Yeah, that's all I have to say. I gave the first one 4, but I feel like what's really making this one that next level is we're getting multiple POVs now, which in the first one we got the villain and Evie's, but in this one we are getting some side characters too, and I'm loving it because in one part of this book they were doing a mission and then some of the people were back at the manor, and you got like the start of the chapter was meanwhile at the manor, and I just loved that so much, seeing both. And yeah, I'm just loving the characters so much. Genuinely, this couple, well, they're not even a couple yet, but you know, like the yearning is actually insane. I am dying. I'm literally dying. I keep texting my friend like, bro, I just got to this part, and we're just like, guys, just kiss. Basically that's what's going on. I'm so excited about this. And the plot, literally I went into this thinking it'd be like no plot at all, just like vibes, but there is so much going on and there's been so many plot twists too. I mean, I've been completely shook by them all, so I can't wait to keep going with this. Let's do it. Okay guys, it is time to hopefully finish the book. I have literally just like 103 pages left, and it is time because I'm so obsessed. This book is all I've thought about today. These characters, I cannot stop thinking about them, and honestly I kind of feel like I want to go right into the third book after this, but it kind of depends how it ends, because the first one definitely ended on a cliffhanger, so part of me is not wanting to read the third one yet because the fourth one isn't out yet. I don't want to wait, so honestly it really depends how this ends. I could feel fine and read something else, but I don't know, so let's do it and we'll figure it out together. First of all, something crazy just happened in the book between the couple. Ugh. And I do have a theory about them, but literally in the book it started raining kind of randomly, and then I was just sitting here like, do I hear rain or is that in my head? It literally started raining in real life too at like the same time. You're telling me now I get to read a scene in the rain that's like probably gonna be really cute between them and like a lot of tension while it's actually raining. It's like this is the life. Also, he's in a white shirt and it's raining. Time we're getting somewhere. Oh, this is starting to make me feel like it's not gonna end how I want it to end. Oh my god. I was sus and my gut was right. It was right. Wait, what? I missed that. Meanwhile, back at the manor. I am sus. I am so sus. Oh my god. This is so crazy. I just cannot believe I thought this was a cozy fantasy. He's literally the villain, right? He does villainous things. And it goes, hold it, Tristan banged. More intense than that, I just don't. Hold it, Tristan banged a fist against the door and Sage covered her mouth, amused. Never afraid, never fazed, taking everything with a smile. Imagine knowing someone so well and just like feeling so safe with them, even though he's a villain, that when he's like banging on a door yelling at someone, you're like amused, you're not scared at all. Maybe I just have too much trauma. Okay, I think my theory is about to be revealed as correct. Let's have a read. Okay, it's not as like deep as I was expecting, but still like kind of. Okay. Guys, I just finished the book. I am gonna mark it as read. I'm trying, okay, this is my New Year's resolution, everybody, to use Fable more. I have it, and like every couple months I'll get on there and I'll delete my Goodreads history and then re-add it so it updates, but I think I want to like actually mark my books as read. If you want to friend me on Fable, I'll actually use it now. Maybe Goodreads is still, it's just my favorite. I don't know. I'm trying to decide if this is a 5-star or not. I honestly kind of think it is. Maybe I'll go 4.5 and see. So good though, you guys. I can't, but I feel like it ended in a place where I don't have to go into the third one immediately, which I'm kind of glad about, because well, like I really want to, but also I really want to get through some other books. But it's been so long since I've like binged a series, but I just know I'm gonna be sad when I finish it because I'm gonna have to wait for the 4th one. So I think I'm gonna read maybe like 1 book in between at least. How do I rate it? Oh, 4.5, because Fable at least has 4.5. How did this book make me feel? It made me feel like this. It really did. Oh. Guys, the chapters in this are so far super short. I'm on chapter 3 in page 12, and I'm gonna read I think 1 more, and then I have some work I need to do. So our main girl, it says she's 21, career driven, and she transfers to London Townsend, like I'm saying that wrong, at university for her senior year. So it starts off, her and one of her roommates are going out. It's like jazz bar, kind of speakeasy vibe, and she meets this guy Dorian, and they dance whatever, and then he randomly is like, do you know how to use the tube, like the subway? And she's like, no, I've never been, but she's been here for 2 months. I'm like, girl, don't you have to get to school somehow? Anyway, so he's like, you want to go? And she's like, yeah, sure. And then they go, and then it cuts to the next chapter the next day. We don't see the date, we don't see any more than that, and I'm like, so like we better be getting a flashback chapter or something, because like what? I don't want to recap, I want to actually see it. Oh my lord. Like her roommate starts off the next chapter, you were out until almost 2 in the morning last night, but we didn't see it. I think I'm gonna stop for the night, but I really like my stopping point, because when you read the back of this, I won't go into it, but it's kind of perceived one way, like it could be a little iffy on, I don't know, like how the relationships can work, but after reading the first couple chapters it makes more sense, and it's like, okay, yeah, this is fine, you know. Excited to continue this tomorrow. Hi guys. Well, that was my camera, I swear. I have a couple of different updates. So I did also start Thorn Season the other night because I really wanted a Kindle book to read before bed. I downloaded the sample of this. I'm like, what's on my winter Christmassy vibe book that's like on that shelf? And I picked this one up. It is a fantasy, and I really haven't been into fantasy, but so far I am pretty into this, honestly. I definitely don't fully know what's going on, especially politic-wise. It's kind of confusing, but so far what I know is she's called an heiress, and she has an illegal magic, and no one knows, obviously, because it's illegal. And I think you get killed if it's found out that you have it. And I don't really know where this is gonna go, because she said something about it being her 18th season, and when that happens, I'm assuming something kind of like the selection happens, because that's what the blurb at Barnes said, selection X 6 of Crows. I honestly don't think I'm gonna read the back. I'm just gonna keep going blind and figure it out as I go. But this is just the most beautiful book ever, so excited to keep going. I don't have much left more of the sample, but I really want to lay in bed and read, so not quite sure what the plan is. Maybe I'll start the 3rd assistant to the villain, literally, who knows. But the past couple of days I've been gone all day, but I have had like little spurs of reading, so I brought this with me while I was gone, and I made it to page 54. So far it's definitely addicting, like I definitely want to keep reading it, but my only complaint, so I kind of talked about this with their first date, how they didn't show it, and even we didn't get much details. Like we got like basically the list of what happened. They met at the bar, they danced, they went on like the subway together, and then they spent the night together, which this is closed doors, so like we didn't get much details about that, but I'm like, they still hung out before that we could have seen. And even now she is tutoring him, and we really aren't seeing much of it at all, which is really interesting. But I want to see more, obviously, because I don't know, getting more into this and kind of just figuring it out, because I feel like so far it's just been very like telling, not showing. That's fine though, because I'm wondering if it will, like, we'll get more about what happened once our main girl kind of accepts her feelings, I guess. I don't know, but so far she's very much like school, 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 nothing else, not doing anything else besides school and work, basically. Which, I mean, yeah, it's her senior year and she has valid reasons to do that, but also, like, you're in London, like, you gotta have some fun. Just wanted to pop in the updates, and maybe I'll like finish a sample of this one in bed soon and see what's going on. I don't know, I just want to lay in bed, honestly. Hi guys, it has been a couple days since I've last updated, and I do have some book updates. So I'm like 50% now through this book, Don't Be in Love, and I still feel the same way that we're kind of just like telling more than showing, and some of the reasons that the characters have for like not wanting to be together doesn't really make a whole lot of sense. But we did just get a fun scene. It was Halloween and there was like a masquerade type thing, so that was really fun, and I'm just liking the London setting. I'm having a fun time with this. I am hoping to finish it tonight. It's just one of those books that I'm just kind of having a hard time getting like sucked in, but the chapters are really short, so that's nice. And I do also like how at the start of everyone it starts off with like a don't saying, so this one is don't let him stay in your system, and then whoever's POV it is. Going good. Gonna finish this now, hopefully. And then I have also been reading this. I did listen for a bit today, and I am on page 119, so we are making a dent in this as well. It's just so weird for me to be reading 2 physical books and not having a Kindle book. Like, I am fighting to not get a Kindle book too, because I just want to read on my Kindle so bad. So yeah, as for this one, I don't fully understand the political system and how it works, so I don't want to fully speak on it yet. But basically in this world there are wielders, and when you're a wielder you have a thing called a specter. I don't really understand like what it is, but that's like how you use your magic. I don't know quite what it is. And yeah, so our main girl is a wielder, but she's also like, her dad is also a prominent member of society, so she's like, no one would like think she's a wielder, you know. But we did just get kind of, like I talked about, it's like said to be like the selection in 6 of Crows, and I was waiting for that to come in. Yeah, so far it was just kind of explaining the politics and about how there's wielders and not, but we did just get introduced to that, and I'm not gonna like say how it's gonna work because I'm like 120 pages in and it's just getting introduced. So it's one of those things that like I don't even know if it's in the back of the book. I'm also wondering if it's gonna be a love triangle, because there's 2 guys. This one guy who's like, you know, kind of like the bad guy, like the guy she's not supposed to be with, and then her childhood friend is the other one. So wondering if it's a love triangle. I think this is gonna be a series, so I don't even know where it's gonna go from there. But yeah, I'm gonna try and finish this now, and I will come back with more updates. Hi guys, so it has been a fat minute. It is Wednesday now, day before Thanksgiving, so I am thankful for all of you guys, and I hope you had an amazing Thanksgiving this year, spent it with loved ones, friends, all of that, and I'm just so thankful for you guys. I love you so much. I could go on, but I won't. So I do have a couple book updates, which honestly, for the past like 4 days, I have not been reading because my brain is in overdrive. Like, I cannot think about anything else, so I've just honestly been doing nothing this whole week, which I feel like crap about, but also I literally cannot not think about what's going on in my head right now. Trying my best to still get through books, and this one I did finish, but I feel like, again, when I did finish it, I was like thinking about other things, and also I just didn't necessarily love it. It's like, I think I gave it 3 stars. It was fine. I don't know, I just did not feel connected to the characters at all, and really, yeah, I don't know, like I feel like we didn't really know much about them, especially with our main girl, her like family dynamic. It was kind of like talked about to be this huge deal, and then it like wasn't, and same with him. Like, I just feel like we were missing a lot from it. It was fine, still love to support, and I will be reading her next book soon. So this is done. It was pretty wintry, honestly. We got a couple good like gala scenes, and you did see Christmas in this book, so this was a good one because it wasn't like overly Christmassy yet. And then I also am, okay, I've just been listening and doing, I've literally done like 6 of these in the past 24 hours. That tells you how much the brain's braining. So I've been listening my best. I'm almost halfway now. I'm just gonna keep doing this, honestly, because yeah, I cannot literally do anything productive because my brain is just so loud. Going to continue this. So far it's like fine. I don't care super much. I definitely have like gotten more of the political sense though. So our main girl, she's like at the castle and they're like fighting for the king kind of, but it's like very chill. So I'm confused about that, and she is like sneaking around like looking for different things, so interested about that. So I'm gonna keep going, and I think it's a love triangle too, and I don't really know who I want her to be with because like we'll get a scene with the one guy and I'm like, oh yeah, and then we'll get a scene with the other guy and I'm like, oh yeah. So I don't really know. Gonna keep listening, do some paint by stickers, and I'll be here if you need me. Hi guys, once again it has been a couple of days, but the winter portion of this video is really kicking in because it is a snow day today. So I think I'm going to try and finish this. I have like just over 100 pages, okay, like 150 pages left, and I think I'm just gonna sit here, listen to it, and do more of these because I don't know, I just can't really get into this physically. I'm not necessarily like super invested. I am curious where the plot goes, but I don't like care that much. But at this point I just have to finish this book because I have like 100-ish pages left. Let's enjoy the snow day and get reading. I feel like fantasy normally is like really wintry, and I feel like this kind of is, but I'm just kind of sick of this type of fantasy, I think, honestly. So if you have any like unique fantasy book recs, let me know. Like kind of dark, like One Dark Window vibe, kind of. You know what pisses me off? We just got some plot happening, like something was going on. She was going somewhere else on a little mission, and she like opens the door and then the chapter ends, and we jump like a day at least or whatever to a whole different scene. So now like I want to see it. I don't want to be told. I want to like see it happening. Ugh, that actually just disappointed me. I'm like, did I just skip a couple chapters on accident? Nope. I know there's something good happening. Like 80-ish pages left. I'm kind of just ready for this to be done, honestly. I don't know how it's gonna end because I do know there's a second book coming out. It hasn't been giving like super winter vibes because I thought it's kind of, I mean, definitely I thought it was more springy, but like fantasy's just like winter, but it really hasn't been giving anything. I'm just gonna keep going and see what's going on. We're getting kind of like, I guess, like a information dump right now about like what's going on and whatever. I'm just like, I don't know who these people are or what's going on, but I'm gonna keep going. Well guys, I have finally finished the last book of this, and I thought we'd do a little wrap up. First book, DNF'd, did not care, couldn't get into, was not feeling the vibes. Yep. Second book, I think I gave like 2.5. Again, could not connect to the characters, didn't care, didn't love it. Third book, 4.5, loved it, loved this series so much, can't wait to read the third one. And then I literally just finished this, and I'm gonna give it 2.5. The cover, absolutely beautiful, but I just did not care at all, and I did skim the last little bit. So that is what we ended up reading. So thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys next time.